That would be funny. Looks like we might be recording. So there we go. All right, I'm gonna share this out in just a moment, and then we'll get started. Welcome to Big Board. We're playing Army Group South from the Barbarossa series, the EFS series, Vance von Boris, and let's share this out on a couple of different locations, and then we'll get started. Here we go. Welcome to those folks who've already joined. Please chip in, say hi, let me know you're there and who's watching, and we'll get going. Also, let me know if the sound quality is okay, because I've got the air conditioner going in the background and all that sort of fun stuff. So just let me know what the deal is. I'm gonna wait just probably 45 seconds. Yo, Devin, what's up, man? Good to see you. Always first to say hi. He's so polite, that Devin guy. You should check out his video channel as well. Devin does a lot of cool old school games. Take the pressure off me having to make videos. Go watch some of his stuff. He's got lots of stuff. Can't hear the AC. Okay, that's good to know. All right, thank you for that. Hey, Rob, how are you, man? All right. You know, four's a quorum. The hell with everybody else. Let's see. Turn 11. Turn 11. Pretty interesting. Turn 11. That means it is July the 12th, 13th. The weather is dry. The Soviets rolled a 7 for their replacements. They're going to get 3 infantry replacements. And I tend to do that later. I do it out of sequence, but I adjust because some of the units can actually go on the board, but I don't have any units that I'm ready to bring onto the board yet, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. I do get to bring in a replacement pool though, but I'm not. But I did that last turn by mistake, so I'm going to ignore that because shit happens. And the Germans get a whopping 6 MSUs this time, which is no big deal because I only have 2 supply counters. Here's one in the north for 2 factors, and one in the south similarly for 4 factors. And I have a lot of supply on the board because last term was mud and we really didn't do a lot of attacking, and I've got supply dumps kind of scattered all over the place as I'm trying to move stuff up. So we're going to use some rail today to move supply up as far as we can. And I'm looking at the map wondering if I moved that supply, if I moved my railhead or not, but we'll see. We'll see in a second. Hey, Kyle, what are the green discs? They're green discs, Kyle. See? They're see-through. They're poker chip discs. See this? This is a red arrow, Kyle. And it's got a hole in it. You can put a flag. And I use these on case blue to denote where the armies were and stuff like that. And this is a red block. And this is a yellow block, Kyle. We good? Hey, David. Hey, John. How are we all doing? All right. Let's get going. Let's zoom out a little bit. It is officially, the air conditioner just went off, so I can probably talk a little quieter now. Officially, it's the air readiness phase. I've rolled for all that stuff. Air interdiction. I am, as the German player, reserving all of my air this turn. I believe, anyway. I need to probably check real quick. For combat, because we're at a very interesting stage in the scenario. This is the campaign game, and we'll talk about that in a second, but we'll get to that. So I'm probably not going to do anything in the air interdiction phase. I'll flip over my 4-paged sequence of play, and the next phase is going to be the Axis player segment, which is the Axis movement phase, and we get to flip bridges and mark units on the map that are going to receive replacements, which we're not. We're going to execute ground movement. We're going to break down shit. We're going to perform air transport. We're not going to do any of that. We're not going to do any naval movement because we don't have any ships. We're going to adjust the VP track for VP hexes. Who cares? Yada, 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 yada. So there we go. That's the plan. And then then we'll declare combat. So that's kind of what's going on. 5 comments. Look at you guys. You're all up and at 'em already. Okay, big picture. Let's have a look at the top from top to bottom. So north is at the top of the map where the 3 dice are. And as a geographical reference point, that is Lvov and some other town I can't pronounce in the middle there. Another town that we've captured here, but there's 1 unit left that's hung in there. He's not in the town, but he is causing a minor problem for my supply for that guy there. I'm managing to keep everybody else in supply, in general supply at least. Up in the north, if you were watching along when we were playing earlier, I had quite a few, back in turn 6, I think was the last time I did a live play. Had a lot of forces up this way, and we knocked out, where is that town? It's right here, I think, somewhere. What is that, Brodsky or something? Oh, that was supposed to get a replacement last turn, so those flip over. I think it's just the one. This engineering unit flips over. It comes off. So, anyway, where is that town? Here it is, here. Brodsky. A lot of forces up there. We cleared that, and I started moving this way and bringing the 2. I had a force going this way and a force going this way. And I'm trying to bring both of those sections together, those forces together, which means I'll have about 9, 10 divisions of armor from here through here that we're going to try and use to punch a line from Proskurov through to Vinnytsia over here on the right, and then either diagonal up or go straight north and head for Kiev, with the view being that I want to avoid this massive, when I say mass, this larger group, it's not a mass, but a larger group of Soviet units, a lot of which can't move, some which were in the middle of moving that way to react to what was going on here, and now they're coming back around here to try and form a second line. This is pretty tough in here, so I'm keen to avoid fighting there. Although strong points are also inside of fortification areas, and so this seems like the easier route to victory. And as we move south into Romania and Bessarabia, we have a total collapse here, because these forces cut off supply to all the units that were here and all the units that are here, and it was just a debacle. And so these dudes, there's 1 dude, as you can see, there's 1 dude left here who's going to be rolling. There's another guy here, I guess, that'll be rolling for survival this turn. Oh, it's supply. We didn't do that, so they actually get to roll. So here we go. 7, so he's good. And the other guy, 0, he's good. So those 2 guys are actually going to stay. And there's 1 more here. No? There it is there. And this guy here, I need a 1 or a 2, basically. A 3 is actually going to be good enough because he has an out supply marker on him. So he's dead, gone. Put him over in the supply kill stack. And that will clean up that area nicely for us. Most of the rest of the focus here, the Soviets elected to put some very scarce resources into this area just to try and buy some time so they didn't get isolated completely and have this whole front isolated. I'll come back to comments in a sec. I see there's half a dozen or so bubbling up. And down in the south, you probably were wondering, well, Kev, what are you doing about taking Odessa? Because that's a big deal. It's a big deal. Kishinev is a big deal. What are you doing? Well, we've got to make a minor correction here. I inadvertently advanced or moved across the Dnester River or Dnester River, and these guys can't do that until turn 18. We did the same thing up here as well. And this turn we'll just move them back. It's not a big deal. They didn't attack anything. There was nothing here. There were units here, and we attacked across and destroyed them. So I advanced and then moved 1 hex in the mud. Big deal. So we'll just move them back across this turn. It's fine. No harm, no foul there. Down here, Kishinev, it's tough. I'm not going to lie to you. That looks like a tough nut to crack. I'm not sure I want to jack with it at the moment, because what I'd like to perhaps do is bring some of these forces here, if I can maybe make some breakdowns and screen here, move these forces this way and try and come around this side here and try and pocket, I know that's out of focus, sorry, try and pocket that section there and get it over and done with that way, and then we can think about taking Odessa. The big prize, of course, Kiev, way up in the distance there. We'll see what happens. We're probably not going to play the game long enough to know if Kiev will fall, because I think in 2 or 3 turns I'm probably going to potentially call it done. Okay, so let's quickly address. Thank you for falling camera. Address some quick questions, and unless you guys are all talking. Oh, okay, I see. Hey, Tony, libation. Not really a libation. I've got a whiskey I've had here for like an hour or so. I had it upstairs and I haven't really drunk it. I've been drinking a lot of water today. I'm not feeling super good. I'm still recovering from being sick overseas and all the jet lag that goes with all that sort of BS. And Gustavo, funny you should mention Tanakatsu playing that on Monday. Or maybe you know that. Maybe that's why you made that comment. But I'm playing that game on Monday. We're playing the Sekigahara scenario. I'm very excited about hitting that bad boy. All right. Let's see. So, movement. So I'm actually going to jump over. I'm going to switch things around and go up to the other side of the map and do that. So let's put this here for the moment, and let's have a look at what the opportunity for carnage is, and I'll move around to your side. I'll move the camera around with me. It's getting hot in here. Let's put the air back on. Okay. Part of the challenge of live play on a relatively large set of maps is we've got to move around a little bit. So let's see if we've got decent lighting. And I can see what's going on here and have a think about it. I have not put a lot of thought into what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. I'll try and call out some of these formations to you as we play, and I'm sorry if the camera keeps falling over, but this stand is proving to be less than robust. Yeah, it's gonna sag. I need this note-taking piece of thing here. Okay, movement. Let's check it out. I alluded to the fact that I wanted to try and press on this side here. In this last mud turn, I was a little nervous about exposing the, I need my tweezers. Exposing 11th Panzer to any sort of counterattack, but these guys really couldn't muster anything, because you can't move your infantry until after basically after the combat phase. So there's not a lot, unless you end up adjacent to these dudes, there's not a lot that the Soviets can really do to attack you. They can only use mechanized units to attack. Most of their mech is dead. Here's a mech unit, a cav unit, another mech unit here, that's it, and some, whatever that is, some sort of motorized cavalry bullshit. So pretty piss poor units, not particularly strong. So what we want to do here is firstly look for opportunities to do overruns, to kind of break through the line. I'm going to need a chart to do some quick calculating, and I can't reach the dice from this side either, so that sucks. But we'll get to that in a second. Overrun table. You've got to have pretty high odds to even really be considering it. It's 5 to 1, so you need 15 factors or more. I can tell you right now, none of these. Yeah, that's a 14 there. None of these are going to make it. And that's 8 and 8. That's going to be 16. That'd be 5-1 on that guy in a town. That's a tough roll. Gonna have to add 2 to that die roll. You really want 7-1 or better, because then you start subtracting from the die roll. Low numbers are good in this game. And yeah, Kyle, I like these maps. I have a couple of quibbles with them. The minor roads are very hard to see in woods, and I'll give you an example of that. So there's a minor road going through there, and when you're sitting back looking at it from 2 feet away instead of zoomed in at 4 times zoom, that tends to blend and blur, and once you put a couple of units on the map, next thing you know, you're not seeing that road until your smart-ass opponent, the other side of my brain, goes, oh, look what I could do. And you meander down the road and cause mayhem. So I like the maps. I think they're artistically very pleasant. Are they perfectly geographically accurate? Who knows? I've given up arguing with people about maps. OCS has its own unique style, and it is what it is. I like it for the most part, but I'm not wedded to the OCS style. I think these are visually more attractive than OCS, but they may not be as functional. Right. So this little hub here, I'm just trying to look and see if there's ways that I can do some quick damage here. Oh, here we go. Here's a unit in a strong point with strength of 1. That's got some love written all over it. I'm gonna have to remember my rules now for movement for overruns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. So no overruns. All right. Well, let's do this thing. I need to get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of this guy first. Can we do that? Okay, there's 12. So 12 to 2 is 6-1. I could use this stack. That's got more in it. 9, 12. Yeah, here we go. So there's 9. That's 15 to 2, which is 7-1, which is exactly what we need to get a decent die roll here. So if we can pop this bad boy, that will clean up our supply for next turn. So let's do that. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then I think it's +2 to move to do the overrun. It's been a while since I've played, and I don't have my all my charts. +2 for overrun. Can anybody remember? Does anybody know? I'm looking here real quick on the tables. I don't see it. Oh, come on, dude. I'm pretty sure it's +2. Yeah, David. I think while we're talking about this, while I'm trying to remember the rule, I'm going to grab my rule book. You're going to pay a high price for these games, and frankly, I think you're probably better off waiting for the revisions that are coming, because they're changing the supply rules. I've harped on this enough. I don't like the supply rules. I don't like the way the number of supply chits and rail all work together. I think it's kind of hackneyed and a bit broken, and there are some things that happen here that that don't make a lot of sense to me. So just automatically losing a supply point because you flip it from a dump to mobile pisses me off. If that's a way to kind of choke the supply for the Germans and force you into a micromanagement exercise, and that's dumb. If you think the Germans have too much supply, then just give them less supply. So I think there's some flaws with the system. I'll go ahead and say that. I don't think the system plays anywhere past June 42 because of the way the turn sequence works. I think the replacement mechanism is awkward. So there are things that I don't like about the game, and I think they're significant for me. But that's only after 10 turns, so it's not like I'm an expert at this. A lot of the people I see playing this game tend to look at it as a means to explore the day-by-day of the Eastern Front warfare and really, dig into it and do everything day by day. I'm not that guy. I'm curious about it. I'm interested to see if things kind of happen to fall out that way, but I don't want to recreate lockstep where the 101st German division was on July the 2nd. I don't give a shit where he was. All I want to know is how do I get to Kiev fast and kill things and destroy stuff. Or as a Soviet player, how do I prevent that from happening, and how do I pull out a victory? There's some things here that are annoying. But all that said, I'm still playing, and I'm actually enjoying it, and I keep coming back to it, even though I might leave it. I've been gone 2 weeks. I'm right back to it. It's interesting. It flows really well. The turn sequence flows well as you go to execute all this stuff. At the moment, we've got a lot of thinking we need to do, so this may not be the most exciting game turn for you to be sitting here and watching, but when you're actually running these combats and stuff, it's pretty straightforward if you can remember the rules. So I'm going to grab my overrun rules and try and remember what the heck is going on there. So whether it's a +2 or +1, I can't remember what it is. I'll probably be selling these I've got the 3 main ones. I'll probably be selling these at some point. I'm curious about playing Army Group Center, but I don't know that I'm that curious. I'm going to, set it all up or play it with Army Group South joined. I don't know that I could do this 4 or 5 maps at this kind of granular level. There's a little more fiddliness to it than perhaps OCS, which sounds strange when you think about moving supply tokens around, but it has its own type of fiddle. All right, rules. Kind of backed myself into a corner around this side of the table now. There's less room here. But let me just really quickly find the overrun rule, which I think is a function of movement, so it's going to be on page 12. Sorry about this, guys. I didn't really plan on doing this tonight unnecessarily, but okay, it's not here. Overrun. My little summary says minimum 5-1, no multi-zoc, no CAS, odds ratio, weather, terrain. Come on. Where's the movement point cost? Paying the normal terrain zoc, got it. Declare the overrun. This is not going to matter. I'm going to have enough. Each overrun unit plays 1. Okay, so it's not 2. Plus the terrain cost. So it is 2. Now, so where was I? We were here. Oh, Guy, now you tell me. 1, 2, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 for entering the ZOC. So it's 4.5 MPs to hit this bad boy, so that's fine. And I said where we have we have the 7-1. Oh shit! I roll the die. I roll the 3. I bumped the unit. I bumped 2 units on the map. Shit. Oh, okay. Let's just put this here. I don't know where it went. Roll the 3 successful units in overrun. I retreated 2 hexes, but hang on a sec. It's 7-1. It's a -1, so it makes it a 2. Stack is overrun. Lose 1 step for the stack. 1 step for the stack, and stack in overrun hex loses 1 step and is retreated. So okay, so that's dead. So we take that guy off. Right, he goes off, I believe. I'm gonna put him over here. He got overrun. Put him in the box there. There we go. All right. What is the game? You obviously didn't watch from the beginning, Patrick. Shame on you. Army Group South, Barbarossa system. So, okay. Where do we go? So this guy got to here. And I said that was 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5 to here, 5, 6, 6 to here, 6 to here. And what I'm thinking is, do I have to have do I have to have supply for that? If I do, that means I probably should have moved a supply truck. Oh, there's a supply truck in range anyway. So I'll check that later on and we'll work that out. So they could get to here, but it'll be overstacked. So we'll stop right there. Okay, 5.5. 5.5. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5, 5, 6. Yeah, there's no way I can make it. 6. All right, well, 7. We'll just use you for exploit later on. Okay, I may not be chatting too much with you. Please talk amongst yourselves, and I will try and check in a minute. I do want to try and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. Get here. And let's see if we can lay up enough infantry to make this worthwhile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll give us an engineering unit bonus as well. And that's going to give us a 10, 12, that's a 5 to 1 attack. 5 to 1 attack, 12. If I bring up this artillery, that'll add another 3 factors. That's going to be a 6 to 1. I'm just going to make a, where's all my little pens? So I can remember all these attacks. 6 to 1. Someone remember that. And I can always throw an air in there if I need to. 6 to 1. All right. And we're going to work out all the supply and stuff later on. We'll do that in a little bit. Patrick, you're a dick. Okay, let's see. These guys have 5 movement points because they lose 2 for being out of supply. 1, 2. Let's make sure that that's... Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can bring these guys to here. And even though they're going to be out of supply, they can still attack this turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to be a tough attack. B5, well, B5 to 1. With a +4 if they do that attack. Or +3, because that's the most you can suffer. Okay, maybe we'll do that, we'll see. Let's bring these guys up to potentially exploit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to there. And we also managed to threaten this area here as well, so that's a good thing. This is 14th Panzer and Yeah, more units from 14th. I'd like to get, 5. How tough is that? That's probably going to be 6 in there. Let's see. If we swing this way and hit this flank, can we do that? It's going to be half, 1.5, 2, 3, 4. No zone of control across the river, right? 4, 5, 6. Damn, 7 not going to make it. But these guys could. What's that really going to cost me? +1? It's amazing how quickly we forget all this shit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be 7 to there. I think we should do that. And then I can bring this guy to here. And he's got 2, 4, 6 stacking points. So I can stick 4 more. Oh no. Haha. Stop. There's a 5 MP unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're good. Okay. That's 10 stacking points right there. So that's not getting anything extra. We need some artillery there probably. We can bring this dude up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Shit. 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still too far. I got to be 2 hexes away. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. +1, 5 for the zone of control. And I'll push this dude up to support him. A little bit risky, but hey, you only live once. 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4.5. Here we go. Okay. Of course, we could have used those guys. What about this? Oh, daddy. That's only 4 points there. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm all in. I don't even know what I got here. What I got? 2, 4, and 6 is 10. That's all rocket shit. Can they do that? No, that's not very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Too far. Shoot, scheiße. Is that really all?
That's what I did, remember?
Okay. Well, I mean, let's do it. I can put the rockets back. Actually, they need to be adjacent anyway because they're one range, so that's all in there. And let's see if we can support that with a little something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's my stacking limit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 6, 7, 8. And this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a huge stack, but we'll support that by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to here, I think. 6 to here. Maybe 7 to there. And I think we'll swing around this stuff here. I want to knock this. Oh, I see what I'm doing here. Okay. I'll take the rest of this unit and that guy. There's no engineers here. And we'll pop these bad boys right here to knock this strong point out of the way. Sorry if you can't see. A lot of the Soviet armor has been killed or knocked out. to the extent that I can show you that, here's the dead pile. Oops, some guy just got knocked. There's the dead pile there. And the armor is here. And we're doing some rebuilds and stuff there. So I hope that. So that's what's going on there. All right, let me see if I can scoot this bad boy up here a little bit. All right, so that means we're going to put an attack on this guy, and I'm going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14 to 4. 14 to 4. That's going to be 4 to 1, right? No, 3 to 1. 3 to 1. That's not very good. We'll work out those odds later. So we can put some air on that. I'm going to get supply up into this shit though. So let's, before we get too much, too excited, let's move these 2 supply trucks that are out to the left here. You'll see them coming in screen on the right hand side. Out to the left here, out to the right. 1, 2, 3. I've got to be 7 hexes away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And these guys, I've only got 2 of these, so I'm going to have, one of these guys is going to have to miss out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's so he can stay there. So he's moved. He's moved. And I've got 2 way back here. We're going to crank these guys up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're not going to be very effective, but they'll be up there. Right. Let's push some infantry up here to cover the gaps. 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm probably gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna push these dudes into here. Just in case anyone tries anything smart or clever. Yeah, well, Lancer, this is AGS during Barbarossa, and those sons of bitches are mostly dead, or it's too early yet. There are lots of reinforcements to come, but there's also a lot of shit that done got killed. That's my best German accent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. Oh, I could do strat move, couldn't I? No, I don't need to get too much further than this, so we'll just get to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might push this guy up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't make it 5. Shit. All right. Artillery can make it though. 1, 2, 3. 3, 3.5, 4.5 to here. So let's pull this dude back 1. That's still out of range. Is that right? I said 4.5 to here. I think I did. So he can't make it. So he's out of range. Okay. Move these guys up. Move all these guys up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the truck. Hex. This armored formation. This armored formation. We need to finish this dude off. Oh, I didn't roll for this guy to see if he survives. I rolled a 2, so he does not survive. So he is out. Let me just double check that that actually kills it or whether it loses a step, because it might lose a step. I'm trying to recall if that's the case. No, it's a surrender. Yeah, straight up surrender. So that guy's out. So for instance, here's a half decent armored unit that got isolated. Hello. It's the 39th tank. It's a 435. Very tricky to get units into. That corner has not been clipped. To get units into position to fight, and it's mainly the armor that gets to do it. And when they have counterattacked, it has not been very nice for them. All right, let's keep going here. One, oh no, that's a woods. No, it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. I'm going to put this here and then move these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. I might squeak these guys into here as well. 5, 6. And we'll add those. That'll be another 2, 3, 4 to 1. That'll make that a 10 to 1 attack. Okay. I'm gonna push this shit up to here. This armor can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we've made a commitment, right? I'm coming up this road. Boy, I'm gonna move this dude 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if you can even see that stuff up there, and I just realized we're way out of focus. Sorry. Let's scoot over here for you a little bit. I'm just trying to bring up some additional forces onto this attack here, and then moving these units in the southern section just north of the Bessarabian border here, and trying to come around on this side here. Those dudes are out of supply. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. 5.5. Let me go back one. 5.5. Those guys have to stay on a road. They're going to do strategic. 1, 2, 3. All right. These guys get to pop up to here. 1, 2 to there. Let's make sure we're not overstacked. Nope. There's no infantry hidden in there. Okay. Patrick, let's see. Most of it, I got a replacement point. The cat actually kind of messed me up with the whole dead and replacement point pile of stuff over here. So I have a bomber left in the flown box and 1 fighter, but there are only four counters for air at the moment anyway. And I'm kind of being generous because I'm pretty sure I knocked out most of it to start with in any case. So I'm assuming that I have some left because it got a tail swish when I was out of town, and the board was protected, but I didn't cover up the replacement section of the map. Okay, so that's all this section here has moved. That's all the fun stuff. Let's scooch over here a little bit and see what we got. This is where I bumped. That's another unit that needs to roll for survival. We forgot to do. He rolled a 9, so he's good. It looks like I bumped that guy as well. Okay, so am I? Wow, where was that? Wow. I'm just gonna pop it back over here, I guess. All right, so out of supply. I'm gonna try and push up on this dude and make a rough attack. I'll use the engineer as well, and we might as well bring some arty in here and pile in for a penny, in for a pound. I got a bunch of arty here. I think we can use, I'll just use these two, that's 5 factors. The range of 4. These guys need to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. All of this stuff needs to move through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can plop with these dudes. We're going to push up on the road here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. This got bumped. This was in the township here. That's where that strong point was. So I'm gonna prop at the river here with a little arty support behind it, just for fun. I don't know how. It looks like I must have bumped a lot of stuff here because there are things in the woods which don't make sense. So I'm gonna push it over to the road, the minor road. 1, 2, 3, 4. Except it's got 3 moving points. And that's a regiment anyway. Looks like I was probably trying to surround that guy there, or move a security unit up here to cover. That goes off the map. There's another guy I can draw for. He still survives. Wow, that dude's been there forever. I'm gonna have to try and attack this at some point. It's soaking up resources. I've got to move supply points by rail. I'm going to move 4. Well, that's as far as I can go. 4 to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually 5. I can move these an extra 50%, so that's another 2.5. 1, 2.5. They can go strategic. All right, I think that's most of the crap in the background. I'm going to move this by rail onto the map. So let's do a quick check. We've got a potential attack here, and we're supposed to declare all these, right? You put these declared markers on like this, so we say this is going to be an attack. I can't find any of the declared markers. I need to put the air back on. Bear with me. And I may move back over to the other side of the map here. I know that's probably disorienting for everybody, but I'll try and go slowly. Okay, right back. Just had to ask a excited son to chill out a little bit with the oh my gods. All right, let's see. Now I've got a little bit better access now that everything is just in the middle of the map and it's just out of reach no matter which way I go. I do need declared attack markers. Can't find them. Where are they? Where do they all go? Okay, let's use these. Here we go, like I usually do. I'm going to do an attack here, an attack here. We're attacking here. We're attacking here. And we're attacking here. That's the northern section of the map. So I'm not going to move all the stuff down to the south just yet. We'll run through this little exercise. I do have an attack down here at the bottom of the map. You can't see. That's the units from the northern section. But we'll resolve all this combat here. and then we'll get through it, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so let's do this, but that's not what happens next, because the turn sequence is as such that we've now declared those attacks, and it's the Soviet reaction phase, and they get to move motorized movement reaction. And let me just double check that. Artillery support for defending hexes. So let's go through these. No reaction, no artillery. This HQ has nothing in range that it could activate. These guys are being attacked themselves, they're motorized. These dudes are being attacked, they're motorized. They can't react. Up here, there's a unit here that, 1, 2, 3, he's out of range to react. I don't believe there's any reaction movement that can actually occur for the Soviets, and I'm happy to be wrong. I'm happy if someone can sort of point out, hey, that's incorrect, then I will stand corrected. All right, CAT versus Air Force. No, there's no stacking limits when you're passing through, Guy. You know, technically when you end, you know, you move up and you end your movement, you're not supposed to end overstacked. But I'm moving the next stack anyway, and since I'm playing by myself, I'm not going to beat myself up about it and put the units back and then move the other units. We're just playing the game, right? So, all right, so no reaction, which means it's the Axis combat phase, and we do get to allocate CAS and fun stuff like that. I may actually bring the pain with air for this attack here, this one here, and probably this one here, just for good measure. Let's see what we got. I've only got one fighter. These guys will try and, well, there's really not much point trying to freaking intercept, quite frankly. So let's see what we got that we might want to use here. Let me just check the factors again. I always forget which side is the number on the left. Number on the left is the CAS, so that 1 of 9 is no good, obviously. So you can bring 3 units into it as a factor, a thing, a combat. So I'm going to put 3 on here. We're going to have to go through flak for all these guys. Ooh, maybe we won't go 3 on. I don't have enough. 2. Let's do 1 over here. This is going to be a tough attack. I need to just mitigate the fortification and the strong point here. This guy shouldn't be a big deal. Although I am coming, it's fortified too, shit. All right, well, it will be a big deal. There you go. Okay, all this stuff is CAS. We don't have to worry. Well, each one will take a fighter, right? Just to keep us honest. That means that if the Soviet player were to actually try and support, which they're not going to, they would have to go through the fighters first. So now we've got to do flak. I'll try and run through that real quick. We'll start with this stack here. I'm looking for the table AA. Here we go. 7 or less. 7 or less. No effect. First one. Roll a 5, so he's good. Next guy. This guy. He rolled a 6, he's good. And the last guy rolls a 1, and he's good. So, double check. There are obviously DRMs, but they're the only ones that are applied and make things better for the Germans, not worse. Let me just check, make sure fortifications don't have an impact. Don't think they do. Nope. Okay, so that's that. So that means all those supporting bits go in, and now we're going to go through the exercise of dicking around with combat. So here we go. Yeah, we're going to take this. This lets us get to Kiev. The prize is Kiev in this game. I think you have 30 plus turns. We're on turn 12, so we're actually doing pretty well, relatively speaking. You know what I'm saying? Let's kind of zoom in here and see what happens. So, oh, I didn't apply any here. That may have been stupid. I've got 5 factors attacking 1. It's 5 to 1. And I probably should walk through this accurately, so I'm going to get into trouble. I know, you know what? It's going to be a maximum negative penalties to the German attack at 5 to 1. So it's going to be a +3 to the die roll. That's what's going to happen. You can never have more than 3 DRMs. We get one for the strong point, 1 for the fortification, and these guys are out of supply. It's another +2 for that, so that's a max of +3 net, because you can't have more than 3. So I'm just going to roll the die. I'm going to flip the chart over 5 to 1, and this is where, of course, I will roll an 8. Plus 3 is going to be 11, which is the worst you can roll. It goes up to 11, but it's on the 5 to 1 table, which of course means no effect. Go figure. So that attack is done. Now, I said I had 10 to 1 here, basically, and these guys have, they're in a town. I believe that's called a town. Let's just check the exact terminology. Yes, it's a town, so that's going to give them probably a -1. Sorry, a +1. Where's my tweezers? But I've got an engineer here that'll negate that. I'm gonna not have divisional integrity, I don't believe. You know, I should have got an armor bonus here, but I think that's okay. I think the fortifications negated. So I've got armor in that bad boy. I don't believe that's the entire division, so I don't get the divisional. I do get combined arms effect. Yes, I do get combined arms effect. It's not going to make a difference here, but we're just going through it for the exercise. We said we had artillery. What other mods? So it's going to be. I'm using supply, so I'm going to pop this supply here. Put him off the map. From there. Yeah. Do I want to do that? Yes, I do want to do that. Okay, so fortified line, as I said, +1. He doesn't get that. No rivers, strong points. Defenders Kaz, no. Attacker Kaz, yes. Oh no, we don't have the Kaz there, sorry. And then Panzer Division Integrity. No, I'm saying no. I don't think that's the entire division. I don't know where the rest of it is, but I believe it's more than 3 units. Maybe it's not. Shit. Maybe it is. Yeah, there's the rest of it there. So I don't have the entire division. So we don't get the Panzer Integrity. We do get combined arms. So, and I'm supplied. So that's going to give me a -1 on the die roll after all that effort. All right, -1. Where's the die? It's a cocked die. I can't believe there's a cocked die. 4 is a 3. And I said 10 to 1. It's eliminated. So we're just going to. We knew that was probably going to happen anyway, but there's the exercise for you. We'll put that over here in the dead bucket. These guys, I think, can all stack here together. That's that attack done. This attack here, I've got, I'm going to be halved coming across that river. It's not a major, it's just a regular river hexide. So it's just going to be a DRM of +1, I think, but no cab benefits. Yeah, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 16, 26, 28, 30, 30 factors, 33 factors. 33 factors to what? 6, right? Yeah. 3? Yes, 6. Let's say 33. So 6 4 is 24. So it's a 6 to 1, 7 to 1 attack. And we are not 7 to 1. I'm going to use supply from here. 7 to 1 plus 2 plus 3 for the river, plus 3 for the river. Got the full division, that would be plus 2. And then we get the CAS of 2, so it's a net nothing. Net nothing. So just a straight 7 to 1 attack. Roll a 5. 7 to 1 on the roll of 5. I see lots of comments, I'll get to you. Lose 3 and retreat. Ouch. Okay, so we're going to retreat 2. Put this stuff back to flown. 1, 2, and lose 3. I'm just going to put, what I like to do when I'm, especially when I'm playing live, I sort all this stuff out later. I'm just going to put 3 markers on this to remind me I've got to take 3 step losses, and I'll check it all later. Now I get to advance, what is this hex here? I get to advance into the hex. I'm going to push the division across the river. I really wish there was some sort of more sophisticated advance after combat, but that's it. It's 1 hex. All right. There's 1 comment here. Yeah, Guy, you do need the entire division, I believe, and if not, it's the majority of it. So I think that's gonna preclude that. Super thirsty. Throat's really dry. Okay, we got this guy here. 4 in a town in the fortification, so it's going to be a -2 with a 4. I think we said we had 3 to 1 here, right? 3 to 1. 3 to 1. They're popping a +2 and a -2 are going to wash. So that's going to give us a wash. Do I have an engineer in there? Yes, I do. So that will give us a -1. I'm going to get a combined arms bonus because these guys are just cav, and I think I've got the whole, and I do have the whole. No, I don't. Fuck. Yes, I do. Different color. I do have the entire division, and I'm about to knock all this stuff over. So that's going to be -3 if I'm doing that correctly. I think -3 on a 3 to 1. All of a sudden, that sounded like a very ballsy attack that I probably shouldn't do. But I rolled 2. So that's goodness. I said -3, didn't I? So that's going to drop that down to a 0, basically. That's a 3-hour as well. So they retreat 2 this way. Actually, I might like those woods. And we'll advance into there. And that's just 10 stacking points. There's a lot of 1-step units. And I'm going to take 3-step losses there as well. We'll sort that out. That might wipe those guys out. And we'll sort that out after we get through this turn. Right. Combat, combat, combat. 1 up here. Let's do this guy up here. I've got to stand up here. Let's see. 3, 7, 11, 12, 14, 17, 17, 22, 22. Well, that's, no matter what happens, that's max odds, so now it's just a matter of what the DRM is. even without supply. So without supply, it's going to make it a +2, and then they get 2 more for the defensive terrain. I get 2 for I get 1 for the air, and I get 1 for combined arms, and I get 1 for the division. So it makes it a +1. It's max odds +1. See, when it's 20 to 1 like that, it should just be dead. Anyway, it is dead. So that guy's dead. Comes off the map. This guy's got all the strong point stays because you've got to move a division into the hex and all that sort of fun stuff. So that's a key little junction there that we wanted to capture. Very, very important. Stops them advancing and trying to set up any sort of probing, cutting off bits and pieces and thingies. Thingies are special. All right, that's all the combat. So now, if we were going through the turn sequence in order, and we've done everything else down here in the south, because don't forget, I've still got all these guys here to move first, right? So now we would do the motorized movement phase, which would allow me to move all of my motorized units half their movement factors. And you know, for the sake of the exercise, let's talk very briefly about what it is we would do. If you guys want to keep watching, I'll move the second half of the map down here as well. If you're interested, just let me know in the comments. If there's enough of you, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'll switch off because I think I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. But let's look at what we would do here. Now that we used all these divisions, and we're trying to clear this road a little bit, right? One hex at a time, type of thing. Trying to flank around here, isolate these guys because we don't want to have to attack everything. But I do need to clear these 3 hexes of zones of control, and I've got to get an engineering unit into the fortifications and break them down so that I can use them for tracing supply, yada yada yada. And there's a rail line here that we're probably going to want to take advantage of as well. So motorized phase, I'm probably going to trying to push up and around to Vinica here, and in and around here to coming this way to try and isolate and get out on both ends of these forces and do an end around on them, and then try and obviously we'll be reconciling the losses here, which I think will be pretty significant. So we probably don't want to do the mech move phase yet because I've got to resolve that. I need to look up the table and make sure that depending on the size of the unit, whether you put just one of these things on top or you flip it over, and I have to refresh my memory on that. So it'll take a few minutes. So there is that. There's a little bit of movement we can do here. Not interested in attacking here. I'm going to put some screening forces along here and prevent any sort of build up there. Same in the northern section of the map, just at the very top there. I've got a lot of units tied up with one division of bad guys that are isolated. I need to, I think I said I was going to attack that, didn't I? Might as well stretch our luck, huh? Push our luck all the way over here. 8, 16, 20, 23 to 5. No, 23, got a step loss marker on it. 23 to 3. 23 to 3. Okay, so we're going to have at a 7 to 1 on that bad boy. We're going to wash out on DRMs straight up. 7 to 1. Roll the 1. That's got to be dead. 7 to 1. 7 to 1. Yep, that's eliminated. So he is dead. Zed's dead. Put him off to one side. So that went okay. Oh, wait, it wasn't. It was a +2 because I didn't use supply. So shit, what's that make it? What did I say? It was a 1. 7 1 +2. Next to 3. It's a 3R. He can't retreat, so he would have died no matter what. So that's good. So that's that attack. That's that attack. That attack wasn't successful. Okay. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying, and then we'll work out what we're gonna do here. Where's that whiskey? Keep going, dude. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? John? Fortune does favor the foolish. Okay, Guy, thanks for hanging out, man. Okay, so we'll just keep going. Let's get the entire movement and combat phase done for the entire map, and then I'll call it quits there. So we'll set this here. Well, first thing I've got to do is pull these Romanians back because they were naughty. I think I must have bumped the map because everything's moved a little bit here. So those guys are back, one, and we'll put these guys back over the river here. So I've got a lone battalion of anti-tank or some bullshit, whatever that is, sitting here. I've got, everything's off by 1 or 2. So I've got to reinforce this crossing here at Ribonitsa. I'm going to keep the town here. I got to get some shit over there fast. So I'm going to strat move. Now I think I can do it on a minor road as well as a major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 2.5. 1, 2.5 to there. And then I'm going to strat move this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Oops. These guys are all out of supply too. Actually, that should have flipped this turn to out of supply. Okay. Because it's more than 7 hexes back to a road and all that sort of stuff. Artillery, let's move that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna pull. See, these guys were on the road here. These guys were on the city at the river. So I'm gonna pull these guys out of here. This 1. Surely that's gonna be 1, 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can't really pull too much. This can come. 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't stack. 6, 7. So he's got to go there. Stacking limit is 10. Okay. Reinforcement from last turn. 1. I might as well go this way, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2.5. So that gives me 3 divisions over there. That's probably enough. You know, look at the forces threatening Kishinev here. I've got an angry battalion, some Romanian artillery, and 1 infantry division threatening here. But I do have a few forces down here that we could potentially do something with. I'm trying to maneuver into position here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. Push these guys up to here. Push these guys up to here. 1, 2, 3 up to there. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. And we're kind of committed here, so I think I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I think these guys are all basically out of supply as well. Oh, maybe not. They can run on this road. No, I don't think they can. Actually, I think these guys are all going to be out of supply. So we'll just be chilling there like Gilligan. See, I've got these little supply bits all over the place. That's because that's where the extent of the railhead was. It's really annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if I could get, I can use rail. I can move this to here. And that's one rail. That's two rail. Actually, that's four rail because it's two each. And I'm gonna move this dude 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus half for strap move 7, 8, 9, 10 and a half to there. I'm gonna move this supply this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got an engineer stuck over here, not much good to anybody. I'm gonna cinch this dude this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 1, 2. And I'm gonna move all of this crap up this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll pull this division back to here. These guys that looking like they're these guys have all been bumped. These were all over the river. I don't know what happened over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2 and a half to there. 3, 4, 5. We'll just move them to there. Okay. No combat here. I don't think we have any combat that's worth doing. And you probably didn't get to see very much of that. I'm sorry, I was kind of concentrating. But I think that so no combat. Oh, we've got to do this combat down here. Here we go. Let's get the Liebestande guys into the action. So I got 5, and 5 is 10, and another 5 is 15, 16 factors to 1. Not supplied in a city. That's going to be a +3 on the die roll. Oh fuck, I rolled a 9. What did I say it was? It's max odds. I rolled a 9. That's going to be 2 in a retreat, so they die. And they get killed. That goes over there, that goes over there. These guys can advance. Can they all advance? No, they can't. But they can go into there. So that's actually a victory hex, I believe. Chernovitsi. So that's a good thing. For good for morale. And that, my friends, is a full, when I say a full turn, it's a full turn of the German movement and combat. And I'm going to now resolve some of those losses that we need to take care of up north there. And then I'll do the motorized phase, the engineering phase, which you probably saw me in the distance on the left-hand side. I was pulling some strong points off. I just pulled strong points off where I had units on the strong point hexes for the entire turn. And then we would have the Soviet turn. And as you can, so let's have a look. So as you can see, we've managed to peck away pretty aggressively at the, come on, Mr. Stand. Pretty aggressively in the center there. That's 10 armored divisions approximately, probably 9. There's 1 or maybe 7. Sorry, 8. There's 2 divisions there. But so 6 or 7 divisions here in this area, all pressing pretty deeply towards Vinica with the view that we want to head north up this road here and try and head in that direction. So that's an hour and 20 minutes, probably more than long enough. I appreciate you guys all tuning in and watching, and we'll look forward to catching up with you again. We'll do this in the next day or two over the long weekend, and hope you all have a great July 4th. Take care.